today's topic is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We all saw it over the previous weekend. It debuted, I want to say, last Thursday night. And there have been all good reviews of it so far. So we're about to break it down for y'all and let you guys know how we feel about it. So we'll start with Slang Bang over here.
When I first seen it, I saw that Rotten Tomatoes gave it something in the 90 range.
Yeah.
Really? I
didn't see that.
I'm actually pulling up the score now. It's loading. Wow. Yeah, it got 97. The critic score is a 97. The audience score is a 95. So
That's good.
Yeah, I watched it. It's justified.
Yeah.
That score. I like. At first, I saw the visuals, like the animation style, and I didn't take it seriously for the trailer. But you got used to it real quick. It works for the way the movie's supposed to be and the characters, the way they are.
Yeah.
And that animation totally works.
Okay.
And it's new.
Okay.
Like you don't see that animation style used for that long usually. It helped introduce Miles to the world without having a hard standard. What I'm saying is like, usually when you introduce a big character, you comic people tear it down like, oh, it's supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like that.
Okay.
But I guess Miles is new enough where it doesn't matter. Maybe and he's not. He's technically the Spider-Man successor.
Okay.
So, but I liked it. I liked the action. I liked the story. I liked that they had Peter in it, but he wasn't our Peter. But we still felt connected to the Spider-Man we grew up with.
Right.
I like that they picked Kingpin as a bad guy.
Okay.
I like the animation. I like how they exaggerated each character. Like they made him real big. Because even though he's not that big, it showed that he's always menacing.
Right.
It's like symbolism for how menacing he is.
Right.
I like it that they paid homage to the original trilogy. Was it Sam Raimi? That trilogy. Yeah. Did you notice that? Okay. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans.
Oh, okay.
That trilogy.
Yeah.
They paid homage to it in a couple of ways.
Okay.
Now, was there anything that you didn't like, or were there any opportunities that you feel like would have made it like up there for you? Because I feel like it's up there for you.
Yeah, it is. Like, I wish maybe the action. It's just not more action, but the fight choreography just a little bit more.
Okay.
That's the only thing, but that's only because I'm a geek for that.
Okay.
So that's the only thing. Like if you really have to look for a flaw, I'm saying like what could make it a perfect movie? Maybe fight choreography.
Okay.
Because there's things with smaller budgets that nail, that do fighting really well. So they can pull it off if they cared enough to do it.
Okay. Diona, likes, dislikes, opportunities.
I didn't like how big they made Kingpin. I felt like it was weird, like it was awkward, and like his movements were awkward, and I didn't think that he was menacing, but more so like goofy looking. Like I just didn't take him seriously.
That's how it hit me at first, to be honest.
Yeah.
He looked weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's how I took it. I'm sorry to cut you off. But
No.
that is how I took it.
Yeah.
But I think I more so appreciate what they were trying to do rather than what it was. So I do agree with that, actually.
And like the part, I feel like the scene that he's in that stuck out the most to me was when they were like walking into his lab, I guess, his building, and he's like the only one like waddling around, and the two people like flanking him were just like walking normally, and I was like, that just looks weird. Like he looked like he was like swaying like he was on a waterbed or something. It was weird. It was really weird.
Were there any did you have like any like, and this is for you as well, Derek, like any top characters that you liked, any characters that you didn't like, or which you saw more of, or
I loved Miles Morales, like a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you like about him?
Everything. I liked how like nerdy he was and how awkward he felt going into the new school. I liked his personality. I liked his
So it almost felt
artistic
real?
side. Yeah, he felt like a well-rounded, like fully developed character. And I didn't like his dad as much.
In what way?
I cannot put my finger on it, but whenever he was on the screen, I was just like,
Okay. Can I present this point to you?
yeah.
Maybe that means the job was well done.
I think
You
so.
know,
Yeah.
well, because you're following Miles through the story, so maybe you see, maybe that's not how the dad really is. Maybe that's the dad through
Seeing
Miles'
from-
lens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this annoying old head.
Yeah, because, like, alternatively, the scenes with his uncle, it felt more comfortable watching.
Right. And even though his uncle was pretty much a terrible person,
Right.
you still felt bad because you're seeing it through Miles' eyes, maybe.
Yeah. Yep. That was rough.
But
I almost cried.
see, it bothered me because I felt bad more so for Miles. But I'm like, at the same time, he's bad because he watched Peter die. It was part of that. Because he was standing right over him when Kingpin gave Peter the final blow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was rough. But the movie overall was really good. I didn't like Penny Parker for some reason.
The anime one?
Yeah. Like I
But you don't like anime, so
I
that would
don't.
be extra for you.
Yeah, like I don't. I was
Okay.
just like, this is so weird. Why is she in this? But like, I was also really sad when her robot died.
Okay, so
So
that just
like,
means you don't like anime in a way. So it's
Yeah.
like you could have done without it, right?
I could have done without it. I think I personally don't really see what she added to the movie, but also the pig one. I didn't. I mean, like it was all like cute and like.
He's supposed to literally be like a Looney Tune.
Yeah.
So did you see his little Porky Pig reference?
Yeah. And when he said that's all folks at the end.
Oh, can I add? That's what I like. I mean, I think I said it before, but I like that they had a lot of pop culture references.
Yeah.
Like that was, it made the movie feel normal for people that don't know Spider-Man that well. Because Carmen enjoyed it. Carmen being my fiance. I don't think y'all all know who she is yet.
Oh.
She enjoyed it.
God bless.
How cute.
I don't need this.
Why are you guys like this?
Yeah, no, there were a lot of product placement too. I noticed, like at the beginning, he had like the Sony headphones on.
Well, Sony owns.
Well, yeah,
the rights. Okay.
but it's still product placement.
That means.
And then
yeah.
he had the Nikes.
Did he have Nikes in the comics? I feel like he would be the type to have them. Or was that in
I mean,
fan
I
art
wasn't
that became
surprised.
real?
I don't know. We probably have to look that up.
Because I've always seen his character in Nikes whenever I look up different art. And Marvel, I know it's not Marvel who makes these movies, but Marvel properties seem to take in what their fans want, at least somewhat.
I also didn't like Gwen Stacy, but I never liked Gwen Stacy, so like
Even
whatever.
also,
Oh my
Oh,
god.
sorry. It's on the hat too, y'all. It's on the hat too.
oh, that's dope.
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I like her suit a lot.
Yeah.
Her suit was dope.
Yeah.
I liked
Really
it,
dope.
yeah. But
Me-
her,
Her as a character.
yeah,
Very
I
fun.
wasn't feeling it.
What did you like about it? Because I don't think it hit me either way.
I don't know. She felt kind of like pretentious. Like the ballet thing. Like she had ballet shoes and she, like her moves and everything when she was like fighting, she was real like graceful and like ballerina-esque, and I'm just like, but you're a drummer. Like why aren't you wearing like combat boots and like I don't know. I don't know.
Multifaceted.
It was a weird mix for me. I didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it makes sense a little bit because they always presented her and Peter as a little bit too multi-talented. Did you ever notice that?
A little bit, yeah.
Like Peter's
Really?
a great photographer. He's a great web
yeah.
designer.
Yeah.
He's a great scientist. He
Journalist.
made his own exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Yep. Okay. Makes sense.
and Gwen's like his equal.
That's
So it's
weird.
just really the Spider Big Gwen and that Spider Gwen.
So like, okay, I have a question real quick.
Sure.
Because I know there's like, obviously the different Spider-Verses. Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane, where do they stand? They're different universes, right?
No. In the main universe,
Yeah.
Gwen is Peter's first girlfriend.
In high school.
Yes.
Okay.
Mary Jane's his second.
That's what
girlfriend.
that's what I thought. So then Mary Jane, he meets Mary Jane what, in like college? Is that like how it, cause
That's not too clear to me because
Okay.
I've watched too many different versions.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
But-
it's all weird.
But for the most part, he dates Gwen. Gwen passes away.
Yeah.
He dates Mary Jane. They get married.
Cause it's so weird. Cause like even with like the current one with like Tom Holland and everything.
Don't
Zendaya-
ignore that. Ignore that.
I know that's what we keep saying, but like Zendaya's Mary Jane and they're in high school.
For now, ignore that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gonna have to like take it.
Yeah,
Alright.
just take it for now,
Take
since
whatever
that's
it
an
is.
unfinished story.
Okay. Well, I liked the movie overall. I think overall it was great. I really enjoyed it. It was just those little pieces that didn't really settle with me, but I really liked it. I almost cried a couple times.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I need Dev's take.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, okay. Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse. I'm gonna do the likes. I'm gonna do the dislikes. The likes. Soundtrack.
Yes.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Soundtrack.
I even
Feeling the
downloaded it
soundtrack.
on Apple Music.
Really
Did you?
good.
Yeah.
I was
really
gonna.
good soundtrack. It surprised me.
Yeah, it was really good.
And I like the fact it wasn't all just one genre. There was a little bit of
Yeah.
everything into it, which I guess is like a multiverse of music.
Well,
You can throw
the
it to.
crazy part is it's mostly hip hop, but it's
Yeah.
hip hop inspired by other genres.
Exactly.
Yep.
I like that. I was feeling that. Visually, it took a little bit for my eyes to get adjusted, but once they did,
Yep.
I was there for it. It was literally like a comic book for like.
Yeah.
I really like that. I thought the fight choreography was well done for like what it was.
Yeah.
Like for this being like kind of new,
Mhm.
for Spider-Man being animated, but also with a bigger budget onto the big screen. So I they definitely kind of had to put their foot in it. I think they're going to do a lot more for the sequels, but I think this was like a good test
Mhm.
and a good just pilot for like what they can do. I loved his uncle.
Yeah.
Him a good guy, and I liked him as a bad guy.
Did you?
Same.
He was moving, yo. Every scene he had and his theme song was crazy. Prowler was definitely one of my favorite
Yeah.
characters in this.
Okay.
And I also loved the first Spider-Man that was voiced by Chris Pine.
I did too, but I
Yeah.
hate Chris Pine. Oh God.
Well, maybe you should learn to take them as characters, and actors are different.
I mean, yeah, but like principal.
Okay.
Continue.
But then I didn't like him at first, but he grew on me the second Spider-Man, who was voiced by the dude
Jake
by,
Johnson.
There you go, dude from New Girl.
Yeah.
He definitely grew on me because I thought he was gonna come in there and be like trash and be annoying, but like he knew his stuff. Like he was a seasoned Spider-Man. He's just
Yeah.
different events
Down
made him a different
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yep.
And I like that. And I do see what you're saying, Deanna, about Miles' dad. How like he really wasn't feeling him.
Yeah.
I felt where his dad was coming from, but I think, like as like Derek said, that it was supposed to be made to do that because Miles looked at his uncle different than he looked at his dad. He loved his dad,
Mhm.
but like he was just more comfortable with his uncle and stuff like that. Like his uncle really pushed his artistic graffiti stuff that he was
Yeah.
doing, which comes full circle because he ends up painting his suit, and I thought that was pretty dope. Yeah. And I did like Miles too. I loved.
Wait, you like Miles?
I liked Miles in this
Oh, okay.
because he was more, even though like at his old school he was like the man low key,
Mhm.
and then when he went to this school he was like kind of trying to find himself, and I like the fact that he was
Mhm.
trying to play dumb to get out the school, even though like he could have aced everything.
Yeah.
Like he's
I like that too.
like he was smart. So that was cool. And that's saying a lot because I'm not really a huge fan of Miles in the comic books, but I think because that's probably because he's different in the comic books than he is in this movie. I don't think he's like that in the comic books.
Was like as far as
Like driven. I don't think he's like.
See, Miles is hard because I don't want to get off the point too much.
Right.
But he's difficult if you don't really look back because remember he started in the Ultimate Universe,
Mm-hmm.
but then recent events put him into the
Mm-hmm.
universe we actually care about.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they changed their personality, if it's
Mm.
exactly the same or not.
We'll have to do research.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it was funny where it was supposed to be funny, and it was serious
Yeah.
when it was supposed to be serious.
That's true.
That's
That
the
was good.
right way to do comedy and action
Yeah.
and overall like a family, because the movie's rated PG, so you did it the right way. Like it was violent, but just enough.
Yeah.
And
Did
it was
it?
funny, but just enough.
Did it hit you that this PG allowed a little bit more than the PG we grew up with?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm
It was
not sure.
PG.
That movie
Yeah.
was PG.
I thought it was PG-13.
And that's
the
what
whole
I was trying
time,
to
bro. Okay.
As time goes on, we get more liberal with things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
movie was definitely PG.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it definitely hit me in some spots. Like when he first put on the suit, and he's like on the side of the building, and he jumps off, and he's like
Yeah.
falling in slow motion.
Mhm.
But then when he swings, I had a feeling like when I used to watch Toby first swing, and
Yeah.
the epic swings that we used to get in those movies that were live action.
Yeah.
And when his uncle passed too, when his uncle was killed by Kingpin,
Mhm.
that was rough. But that's going to go toward a negative, because what I thought, which were my negatives for the movie, was I think we moved a little too fast in places they
Yeah.
could have lived more. Like for instance, when his uncle died and his dad popped up, I wanted him to live there a little bit.
Yeah.
It was almost like he knew he was dead
Yeah.
when he walked up. Like when he made the suit, I really wish we could have lived in there just a little bit. I understand like we have to get to where we have to get to,
Right,
but I just
but-
wish we could have just lived in the moment just a little bit longer in some areas.
I agree.
Mhm.
That could have made me just feel a little bit more.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, how did he fit the suit if that suit was made for Peter?
Well,
Yeah, that was a thought I had too. Okay.
I'm like,
Question. How do you feel about them throwing in elements to humanize Kingpin?
that's his character.
I know. And honestly, I don't think it worked well in this one. I really like it in Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
I love it in Daredevil because
Mhm.
I like him as a character in Daredevil.
Yeah,
But like
they kind of like threw
this
it
one,
at
I
you.
wasn't feeling it because
See,
I just didn't. One, I didn't buy. I didn't. Just based on how he's introduced in it, I didn't buy that he was that much of a family man. Especially if he had no problem
mhm.
shooting Miles' uncle. And I mean, I guess he didn't know the connection, but like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it just didn't. He doesn't strike me as a family man
Mm.
in this one. And
Mhm.
like, in live action in Daredevil, he's like, that's how he's introduced. Like, he loves his mother. He hated his father, but like,
Right.
whatever.
Going back to my point, like
Yeah.
they didn't live in there.
No.
If they would have shown a little bit of that, because we didn't even know that's what it was until Chris Pine Peter was like, "Yo, this is going to bring them back."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Who is he talking about?"
Right.
And then we go into like flashes of him, Vanessa, and I guess his child or.
I was surprised
I think
by
that's
that
what
too.
they're trying to do. I don't know if that's maybe I'll say that's not the right way to do it, but I think that was their intention to be like, wait, so there's motivation here. Let's find it.
Yeah.
But
But it didn't work. Like, it was the attempt to humanize him and make us feel sympathy for him. I didn't
I don't
like
think.
it.
Maybe it wasn't for sympathy purposes. Maybe it was just to say,
To justify his actions.
yeah, or maybe just so he's more of a complex character than a static character.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Okay, the way I look at it is, maybe. See, it didn't. I guess it's hard for me to criticize it because I already know who he is. Because
Mhm.
Kingpin's been in my face since I was like 4.
Mhm.
So, but maybe if I take a step back, he was. I don't know them. I don't think about him the same way. Just because. I mean, they explained it. I don't. I mean, so Deb, you wanted them to. You wanted them to live in that moment more. Are you saying?
I wouldn't have minded a little bit more backstory from him, because we all know,
But I feel like.
because back to Deonna's point, in Daredevil we seen, like, for the first time ever, Kingpin be like human and not like this robot that's trying to, well, not robot, but like
I know what you're saying.
but not this Kingpin
Angry.
that's angry and wants to
Monster.
kill Spider-Man.
Now
and do
we're
something
comparing
Yeah.
3-season show to one movie.
understandable.
Well, yeah.
But I just feel like if we wanted to get the motive behind why Kingpin was doing what he wanted, I think that you should have gave us a little bit more of that. Now, granted, the movie was like 2 hours. And
Yeah.
some change. It was a decent like size movie. Like
Mhm.
I didn't expect it to be that long.
I would gladly watch more.
Yeah, same.
It was great.
Same.
But I think what works against them is sometimes. Okay, for instance, we love Creed 2, right?
Still haven't seen
Mhm.
Well, there's parts that older Rocky fans they like the movie,
Mhm.
but there's parts they said they lived in for too long.
Mm.
So maybe that's what they were trying to avoid.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, it's like they gave us what Kingpin was trying to do.
Yeah.
The family's no longer here,
Mhm.
so do we really need these flashbacks?
True.
it.
But I guess the movie in general has a bunch of elements in it
Mhm.
that they handled for the most part
Yeah.
pretty well. Because my favorite villain is probably Prowler in the entire. Like I didn't really care for that much for Kingpin.
Mhm.
Miss Doc Ock was okay.
I didn't like her.
Yeah,
Scorpion
I
was
forgot
just
about
like
it
okay, he
Didn't like him
definitely
either.
has a body of a scorpion now. That's different, but
Mhm.
you know, this is definitely like
And he's Hispanic.
yeah that.
Uh-huh.
We definitely lived with the Spider-Verse characters more in Miles and everybody around him instead of them. So it was definitely like not biased, but definitely biased for them, and I can see that because it's coming from their point of view. But yeah,
Wait,
it
what was biased? I'm sorry.
just us being in the point of view of like Miles.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I get that, but I just like if anything, I would have loved to have seen more from Prowler and see like how
Yeah.
like okay, how did he get in touch with Kingpin, or maybe their presence, or maybe their past events, maybe Mirza, maybe he might have known Kingpin's people or his family or something like that.
You know what?
Like, how did he get a suit? Like why is he so nice?
Even more, what bothers me is that Prowler, we have to assume his motivation, right? We don't know his motivation.
Right.
Like, is he making money off of this?
We didn't
That's
get much of that.
Yeah, that's what bothers me more than anything. If
Mhm.
we're going to talk about people being, because he's like static and he's static. Wait, no, static. He's dynamic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's dynamic, but like flat in some areas.
Mhm.
He's dynamic. He's a bad guy. But he has a good heart when it comes to Miles.
Mhm.
That makes me believe he has a good heart when it comes to his family.
Right.
But mostly Miles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it falls flat as far as like, okay, if he's this good, what makes him want to live? What makes him want to be a criminal?
Yeah.
Sometimes the hardest decisions require the strongest wills. In my Thanos voice. Huh? No.
Okay.
I love his quotes, but let's take a break here.
Yeah.
All right, so it's time to grade this movie.
Let's get it.
So, letter grades.
Mm-hmm.
What would you give it, Deanna?
A.
Eh?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think.
For me, based on everything with the score, the story, how it just came out of nowhere and just like really hit hard. Being a Spider-Man film, and I understand from what I hear, there's a lot of Spider-Man fatigue going on. Like this is the 7th Spider-Man movie we've had.
Yeah.
10 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Probably more than that, maybe 16 years. I don't know. But yeah, with the score, the animation, and the success of it, and it getting sequels, and at this rate, Sony's gonna have their hands on Spider-Man forever. Like the amount of money it made. Personally, the characters that I liked, I'm going to give this a B+.
Really?
I saw that coming. I saw B+ coming.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a B.
That's pretty high, though.
B+.
Okay.
From where I'm at with it.
Especially, our expectation was a crazy eye at first. Well, mine wasn't. I guess
Yeah.
for that.
Okay.
No, you're right. You're spot on.
Okay.
You're spot on.
It feels like it came out of nowhere. Usually with Marvel films, we know about it like 2 years, at least a year and a half out.
Got the whole schedule.
But this hit me out of nowhere in the spring. I thought it was straight to DVD at first. Then I'm talking to somebody. They're like, "Yeah, you want to see that in theaters?" I'm like, "See what in theaters?"
Right.
But yeah, so between the music, story, I know I criticize the fight scenes, but that's like if I could nitpick at it. The fight scenes were good. So the fight scenes, the characters, if I didn't say that already, I give it an A. I give it an A.
Alright.
So it's not trash.
Not slang band code. Slang code.
Oh jeez. Yeah, that's good.
So we all basically agree on a comic book movie.
Weird.
Yeah, very weird.
But you know,
I
there's
said
more.
B plus. You said A,
Yeah.
and you said A.
I said A.
Mhm. That was a first.
So what we take away from this is a universally loved movie. Because I haven't heard bad things about it yet.
Me either. It's good.
Okay. Well, that wraps up this episode. Thank you for watching. We'll give you more content.
Like and subscribe.
We culture hero, y'all.
Bye.
I
I should animate a cake on me.
Music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Music.